that mania for money, that pathology, infected every subsequent generation in ways that it's just kind of fascinating to see how it kind of infected them.
If you're from the West, don't act like you don't flip on CNN at 8 p.m. just to catch Anderson Cooper doing his serious face reporting with that perfect silver hair.
For a moment, General Tata, it's interesting, to hearing sort of an unofficial response from China through the China Daily Post.
The man's a legend, no doubt, but here's what most people miss. He's a Vanderbilt. Yep, the same ultra-rich dynasty that practically built America with railroad money. Now here's the twist. Anderson didn't take a single penny from that inheritance. Still, just by working at CNN for 20 years, he's racked up $200 million. That puts him in the same league as Fortune 500 CEOs without even breaking a sweat. So now you're wondering, if he really didn't touch that Vanderbilt cash, where the hell did this money come from? What's the real secret behind Anderson Cooper's wealth? And why does no one ever talk about the sneaky side hustles and elite deals he's clearly running behind the scenes? And hey, if you're thinking $200 million is just okay, first of all, apologize. And second, wait till you hear about everything he's quietly built under the radar. So let's accept this fact first, that unlike a self-made man, Anderson Cooper was born into a wealthy family. He carries the DNA of Cornelius Vanderbilt, once America's wealthiest individual. He's the son of Gloria Vanderbilt, heiress to one of America's most legendary fortunes. The Vanderbilt name carries weight that most of us can barely comprehend. We're talking about a family dynasty built on railroads and shipping that at its peak controlled wealth equivalent to over $260 billion in today's money. Cornelius Vanderbilt's 1877 death left a fortune equivalent to $300 billion today. By the time Anderson's mother Gloria entered the picture, generations of spending had whittled that empire down significantly. Gloria received roughly $4 million at 21. Impressive, yet a tiny fraction of the original dynasty's wealth. But here's something interesting that separates Cooper from your typical trust fund baby. When Gloria Vanderbilt passed away in 2019, Anderson inherited just $1.5 million. For context, that's less than what some people spend on a single luxury car. You must be wondering why he inherited so little despite inheriting it all. Well, Gloria made it crystal clear throughout Anderson's life that he shouldn't expect a massive inheritance. In a 2014 interview with Howard Stern, Cooper revealed his mother's philosophy. "My mom's made clear to me that there's no trust fund. I don't believe in inheriting money. Who's inherited a lot of money that has gone on to do things in their own life?" This mindset shaped everything about Anderson's approach to wealth building. While he had the Vanderbilt name opening doors, he had to earn every dollar of his fortune through his own efforts. So, how did Anderson Cooper build his estimated $200 million fortune? Let's break down the numbers, and they're absolutely staggering. CNN pays Cooper between $20 to $25 million annually for Anderson Cooper 360, $25 million for one show. That's more than some entire news networks make in profit. But think about this from CNN's perspective. They're not idiots. They're paying him Fortune 500 CEO money because he delivers Fortune 500 CEO results. Cooper's show consistently dominates ratings, especially during major news events. When there's a crisis, people don't just watch CNN, they specifically tune in to watch Anderson Cooper. But CNN isn't his only television income source. He's pulling in another $4 million from CBS for his 60 Minutes contributions.
Understand who these people were that are in his, in a small way, in his very distant past. And I also want him to take the lessons away from.
So we're talking $29 million yearly just from television work. Most successful people don't make that in their entire careers. These aren't just arbitrary numbers thrown around by agents. Cooper has proven his worth through decades of award-winning journalism. He's won 11 Emmy Awards, a Peabody Award, and countless other honors. Networks don't pay $25 million annually unless you're delivering serious value. Now let's talk about where Cooper has really shown his business acumen, real estate. While you know Cooper as a journalist, he's actually a brilliant real estate strategist. His property empire spans continents, each acquisition carefully calculated for maximum appreciation potential. His crown jewel is a historic mansion in Connecticut's Litchfield County that he purchased for $5 million in 2014. But what's more interesting is that he immediately invested another $4 million in renovations and upgrades, bringing his total investment to $9 million. This wasn't emotional house buying. This is strategic wealth building disguised as a home purchase. His property, known as the Rye House, was designed by renowned architect Wilson Eyre in 1908. It features 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 9 fireplaces, and sits on 850 acres of pristine Connecticut countryside. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places, making it not just a home, but a piece of American architectural history. If we talk about who his neighbors are, it's none other than Oscar winner Meryl Streep and other A-list celebrities who've chosen this exclusive enclave. His Manhattan masterpiece stands as the crown jewel, a $20 million Greenwich Village penthouse carved from a historic firehouse. Cooper personally orchestrated the renovation, preserving original brass poles while adding modern luxury touches. Property experts estimate its value has skyrocketed 150% since purchase. The Hamptons compound tells another success story. Acquired for $8.5 million, this waterfront estate now commands over $15 million in market value. Cooper cleverly monetizes the property during peak season, collecting $200,000 monthly rental fees that generate passive income streams. Cooper's wealth extends far beyond American shores. He owns Casa Anderson, a $2 million retreat in Trancoso, Brazil, that showcases his sophisticated international taste. This isn't some simple beach house. It's a complex of 4 separate buildings designed in traditional Brazilian style, complete with a 2-story treehouse that serves as the master bedroom. The property includes locally crafted furnishings, antique pieces, and is surrounded by tropical fruit trees, including mango, cacao, jackfruit, and banana trees. For Cooper, this represents more than just a vacation home. It's a complete escape from the intense world of American journalism. And hey, before I tell you about the private jet that costs more than an entire village's land, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of the spicy stuff coming next. Now Cooper owns a $30 million Gulfstream G280 private jet. Let that sink in. $30 million for a plane. But this isn't a rich guy showing off. This is a business strategy. When news breaks in Ukraine, Afghanistan, or anywhere else in the world.
There are many ways of telling stories, but a still photo has a power that is unlike anything else.
Cooper can be airborne within hours. While other journalists are dealing with commercial flights, layovers, and delays, he's already on location getting the story. The Gulfstream G280 can cruise at nearly 900 kilometers per hour with a maximum range of 6,667 kilometers. The cabin accommodates 8 to 10 passengers and features luxurious interiors with leather seats, foldable tables, smart lighting systems, and high-speed Wi-Fi. When breaking news happens anywhere in the world, Cooper can be airborne within hours, giving him competitive advantages that ground-bound journalists simply can't match. Beyond his obvious assets, Cooper has quietly built an investment portfolio that demonstrates serious financial sophistication. Cooper has at least $1 million invested in each of these companies: Apple, Netflix, Tesla, Microsoft, and MasterCard. That's a $5 million minimum just in blue-chip stocks. Cooper's renewable energy bets showcase his forward-thinking approach. Starting in 2015, he heavily invested in solar and wind companies, generating returns exceeding 400% in multiple positions. Cooper hasn't just stopped at investing in company stocks. He reportedly invested approximately $15 million in cryptocurrency. $50 million is not an amount he can afford to lose. Yet his investment shows his calculated risk-taking strategies. For someone of his generation and professional background, this level of crypto investment suggests he's getting advice from top-tier financial advisors. Most journalists barely understand their 401k. Cooper is out here making cryptocurrency bets that would make hedge fund managers nervous. That's the difference between being famous and being wealthy. Beyond his television appearances, Cooper operates Anderson Cooper Productions, developing content across multiple networks and streaming platforms. Entertainment industry sources estimate this venture generates $8 to $12 million in additional annual revenue. His book, Dispatches from the Edge, became a cultural phenomenon, selling hundreds of thousands of copies. But the real gold mine came with Vanderbilt, The Rise and Fall of an American Dynasty, and The Rainbow Comes and Goes, co-authored with his mother, which achieved New York Times bestseller status, earning approximately $3 million in advances and ongoing royalties. Cooper commands premium speaking fees on the corporate circuit. His appearances cost $150,000 each, with 20 to 30 annual engagements adding $3 to $4 million to his yearly earnings. Cooper operates as a serious art collector. His curated collection, valued at around $25 million, features works by 20th century masters alongside emerging contemporary artists. His prized Jackson Pollock painting, purchased for $8 million in 2018, now appraises at over $15 million. Cooper's Andy Warhol portfolio includes a rare portrait series that art specialists believe could command $10 million at auction. Cooper's talent for discovering unknown artists before they achieve recognition has multiplied his initial investments by 500% or more. Gallery owners describe his eye for emerging talent as uncanny. Despite enormous personal wealth, Cooper maintains strong philanthropic commitments. He quietly donates approximately $10 million annually across various charitable causes. He's donated millions to organizations including the American Stroke Association, the American Academy of Neurology, and the Elton John AIDS Foundation programs. The Elton John AIDS Foundation has raised over $225 million for critical programs across 55 countries, with Cooper as a major contributor. He also supports the National Wildlife Federation, demonstrating commitment to environmental conservation that goes far beyond writing checks. He's actively involved in raising awareness about ecological issues. Columbia University's journalism school received its largest single donation, $5 million funding for scholarships for underprivileged students pursuing investigative reporting careers. Cooper also supports international press freedom organizations fighting censorship worldwide. Conservative estimates put Cooper's net worth at $60 million, but industry insiders believe it's closer to $200 million when you factor in all assets, investments, and ongoing income streams. His annual earnings from CNN alone, $20 to $25 million, exceed the lifetime earnings of most Americans. His real estate portfolio, $15+ million in known properties, represents generational wealth. His private jet, $30 million, puts him in the same category as Fortune 500 CEOs and A-list celebrities. While his $5+ million stock investment and $15 million cryptocurrency, Anderson Cooper didn't inherit his fortune, he built it through his own empire. His $200 million fortune proves that even in journalism, exceptional talent combined with business intelligence can create extraordinary wealth. Cooper is now a father to two sons, Wyatt and Sebastian, born via surrogacy. He co-parents with his ex-partner, Benjamin Maisani, proving that even with massive wealth, family relationships require the same work as everyone else. He still anchors Anderson Cooper 360, still contributes to 60 Minutes, and still travels the world reporting on major stories. The difference is that now he does it all while managing a business empire worth hundreds of millions. When he needs to unwind, he flies to Casa Anderson in Brazil in his private jet. At 57, Cooper has figured out how to balance extreme professional success with personal fulfillment. We're looking at someone who earns more in 1 year than most successful people make in their entire careers, and he's been doing it for over 2 decades. Anderson Cooper Wealth's secret is the shocking yet admirable story that motivates generations. Stay tuned, as we will be back with more shocking celebrity wealth reveals.